Women have no effing clue how to appeal to men. None. I don't know, man. Appealing to me just fine. The aristocratic utensil. I hate it. I hate rant-sonas. Put your fucking sunken jaw on the screen for me.
I hope you have a fantastic day.
I need to see your slouching little shoulders. And get up on the camera. Dr. Gamble, give one to Sporks or better. Ooh, got this asshole.
I'm the person that's in charge of bringing young men back to the Democratic Party. According to Donald Trump Jr., Trump War Room, Libs of TikTok. And while none of that's actually true, every single time I saw one of y'all posting about me,
While none of it's true. Imagine hiding behind a rant-sona and not giving it a chin either. Oh no.
I had one main thought at the top of my head. Y'all are a bunch of... Y'all are the ones that made it about a woman and her identity and the way that she looks. Something that y'all consistently claim the Democrats do.
I have not been reading the text on the side. Is he... Oh, it's his text. Yeah, I should have been reading it. Yeah, it's not because it's in conflict with the stated goal. I don't even know what he's mad about. I can't even pretend to be in on the fucking anger that this guy has already.
You don't actually give a fuck about young men.
True.
Instead, a lot of you...
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. Just not like you do. What?
I talk about my weight. You're using pictures of me from about 65 pounds ago. So let me ask you this. If I lose another 65 pounds, will y'all actually raise young men's wages?
If you do, well done to you.
Will you actually increase funding to mental health services?
How would government do that? Well, I'm glad you asked. So what she's asking is if you would stop deflecting about how I look and engage with the content of what the fuck is coming out of my mouth, then would you make changes?
I hope you have a fantastic day.
But you're too stupid to fucking understand. This reminds me of Undoomed. Like, just a really big dumbass. Uh-oh. A dumbass? I'm surprised. Usually right-wing freaks are so smart. They're so capable and brave.
Or are you just going to find another...
Help! In dem speak means taxpayer gonna get raided.
...way to deflect from the fact that y'all don't actually have any policy plan to help them. Y'all can keep making this into some kind of big joke of, oh yeah, let's send her to every frat house in the country. I'm not afraid to go into frat houses or to go to college campuses or to talk to Republicans because unlike y'all, I don't think that they're all shallow assholes. I think that they're actual people who can hold a conversation. But clearly, based off the way you talk about them and the way that you treat them, you think that they're dumb as shit. Well, I actually don't. So I'm going to continue.
I realize why she has this messaging. But I genuinely believe, as a former young man, they are very dumb. And they are dumb as shit. And they don't have to be. And being dumb as shit is a mindset, in my opinion. Yeah, I kind of fuck with what she's got going on. I agree with what she's saying. But yeah, so but men are socialized to be kind of dumb, and it's not our fault. It is our fault to perpetuate it, though. Like once you're being addressed. And you have some time to like work on yourself. I mean, then it's your fucking fault, man. You're into your fucking mid-20s. We should be on our way to being a better fucking person. Okay. You can get started way before that, and a lot of men do, and that's lovely. But there's just so much to unpack. I would love to talk to men about their issues, but so few of them with issues can handle it, which is part of why we need mental health care. But
to advocate for young men to get the policy agenda that they do deserve. And I'm going to continue to lose weight.
Men are conditioned to be cringe? Fucking true. That is true. We really are, man.
And then maybe when I do drop that next 65 pounds, we can revisit this conversation and see if you can actually stand on business. Because this time, none of you fucking did.
True, by the way. I agree. They deflect towards some kind of other thing that they're mad about. Like, unless... And this is why Hassan kind of makes them mad, because he's, like, kind of their, like, Chad ideal. And even then, it's like... They can't really, like, engage. And so, like, the body shaming is a very easy thing for a man to go to for some reason. Even though, of course, like, hiding. This man's hiding. He doesn't have the confidence to show whatever the fuck he looks like. And he's doing a British accent, so I think his teeth are fucked up. Just guessing.
It's amazing.
Yeah, yeah, it's obvious. He has a weak chin and his teeth are fucked up. We're just gonna create a mental image. Let's do. I don't know if anyone has like a police sketch artist mind, but I think we'll piece together his visage over the course of time.
Major problem, and you know, Speaker Johnson has been talking about those.
Why is Natalie Portman on Fox News?
That are on Medicaid.
That was fucking jarring. You should pop on screen when you're gonna talk, because it's not. The format of this is like fucking YouTube poop at this point. So do you not Rise of the Stay-at-Home Son? Do you not like Tommy Lahren, who I also don't like? I didn't realize she sounded so robotic though. This is Laura Ingraham, right? She sure is looking less and less like flesh, isn't she?
And maybe some of those folks are the stay-at-home sons. We don't know. But I'll tell you this, leave it to Gen Z to rebrand laziness and social awkwardness as something cutesy, like a stay-at-home son. They did.
Ooh, they're moving on to shitting on Gen Z instead of the millennials, because you're a millennial, of course, Tommy. Interesting. Now it's your turn. Tammy Lahren is AI now. I agree.
Did much the same thing with quiet quitting, where you can go to work.
Who does she think she's appealing to by talking like this? So you don't like her either. Fascinating.
Can do less, and if you call it quiet quitting, it's somehow better. But Laura, I gotta tell you, this is also a big problem when it comes to, I think, declining birth rates, people not getting married and having children. You know, that's a big problem.
Says the 32-year-old who has no children. He just is so. He doesn't even like women that are on his side. Ooh, fascinating. Okay, Spoon Guy's getting more interesting to me, because now it's not just sycophantry. Right now he's like, I'm fucking mad at women too. Yeah, we have a real incel situation, and we also possibly like a Nazi kind of, like, because he doesn't like Fox News very much, a specimen. I like, I'm not opposed to. I like a specimen. Chat, you know me. Okay, I like a specimen. Go on, sir.
Blame it on women. Well, look at what young women have to choose from.
I'm a man as well.
Exactly, Dr. Gamble.
Pickings are slim. Yes, we
Pickings are slim.
have a feminism problem in America, but it's the
How many sporks does this utensil have at home? None.
Feminization of men. There are a lot of young women out there that want to get married. They want to have kids. They want to have.
Can we nominate a little freak? Jason Proxy, you can do so in the Discord, and always have been able to. Always, from day one. Enter any freak into the trash section. You do it.
Stable families, but there are a lot of young men out there who want to live in mama's basement and order DoorDash, and therein lies a big part of the problem.
I legitimately hate the Republican Party.
We do.
Only the GOP can be that stupid to look at the incompetence of the Democratic Party and go hold my beer. I think it's safe to say this is not a left versus right issue. No, this is traditionalism versus pretty much everything else. Women...
Traditionalism. Is it traditional to try to be able to really speak? Do you actually have a pipe in your mouth right now to try to sound like the character, the Spoon?
Regardless of political affiliation, haven't the first fucking clue.
This sounds a little bit like an Arch Warhammer situation where a guy's he's doing like a middling accent. It doesn't sound like it's from a place.
How to appeal to men. They know absolutely nothing. I'll explain why before we scold the collection of witless wankers we just saw. Let me explain how basic biology works.
Basic biology?
Men are home to Y chromosomes. Yes, I run from Daria, still funny, and hats off if you get the reference, by the way, and produce testosterone. Women, XX chromosomes, and produce estrogen. When girls go through puberty, they develop...
That's it! That's all we're made of, is testosterone and estrogen. There you have it, folks. DNA. That's it. That's all that's in you. I'm 92% testosterone. It's obvious. I'm so testied.
breasts and the capacity to produce offspring.
Great. He's already talking about offspring and breasts in children. So cool.
When boys go through puberty, they develop dense muscle. They become aggressive.
Talk about his nuts.
Territorial, designed to protect said offspring.
But nothing about his nuts? Shall we talk about what happens to your nuts when you turn of age? Too much? No, we must only talk about the fertility of women. Nothing about our nuts. I thought this was a men's rights fucking channel. We don't talk about our nuts enough. I'm not scared. They explode. They do. They can. Did you know that being a man is so treacherous? Yes. Our nuts, it could explode at any point. Literally any day could be our last day with nuts.
Men are superior to women. Size, strength, speed, and logic and rationality.
Little balls.
This claim of women are more intelligent on average. Now, that's a bunch of feminist propaganda. Bugger off.
Yeah, the studies that show women being better than us, nah, not real. The studies that I say are real, those are true. Good way to... That's a smart man. He's going his own way.
Men are the creators and defenders of society and civilization. Men are a required necessity for this. Women are not. Men accrue resources to signal to women they're a competent provider in order to gain access to the sexual marketplace.
I'm a man as well.
So we're on some Jordan Peterson stuff. Okay. All right. I'm going to be 100% honest. No one I have ever fucked has ever been like, what's your net worth? Maybe it's just because I fuck poor people. Like, all of the people I've ever, and me included, we're all like kind of working. We're just working class. Aren't you working class? So if you're working class incel, step one, don't worry about this part. Okay, easy. Let's keep moving.
Courtship and to ultimately pass on their genetic material. These are biological realities and the basic foundation of civilization since the dawn of time.
Yes, that no one gave a shit about since the dawn of time. At 10,000 BC. Do you have health insurance? Fucking Ugg and his wife. Ugg. It's his sister. You know, slim pickings back then, as they say. They fell in love in the cave, I'm sure. I'm sure there was a lot of romance stories back then. We're fucking apes, man. Just shut up. Just like some people are good at stuff.
We call it the natural order.
Harvest the fields.
I don't think because adhering to.
I don't think so. When guys like this say, "Oh, we should go back to tradition," and like we you know, a man has a farm and then a bunch of fucking kids to like sow the wheat and a wife to fucking do the laundry and make a pie, and then eventually die to the people, or like a bear, or to the revenge of the people we're colonizing. Either way, that's the American dream. Where did men go? Dying in Kansas for land that isn't theirs.
Biological reality is functional, a word that does not exist in the female lexicon. Then around the late 1800s or so, for some or other reason, a few really wank-headed women were suckered into pushing for this concept of equality and rights because women...
Equality and rights! And now look at me, I don't have a girlfriend! Oh, women! If only you didn't have the right to object to me, I would be unobjectionable. Ah, yes. The desired state.
were oppressed or some other nonsense.
Some other nonsense.
Try telling
not having the rights? That's suppression, yeah.
The Queen Victoria, who said, were women to unsex themselves by claiming equality with men, they would become the most hateful, heathen, and disgusting of beings and would surely perish without male protection.
Okay, so can I just offer that Queen Victoria may have had a touch of internalized misogyny, sir, and she could have used maybe some therapy. Sadly, Queen Victoria was living in the, if I'm not mistaken, the Victorian age. I know, very bright guy, but you know, we've progressed since then.
Looking at the current state of women today,
I wish you had like listeria or whatever the fuck though. I wish you had the fucking bubonic plague. That was earlier. Fuck. What were they dying of? Fucking. I was gonna say something like chlamydia, but he wouldn't. That's a sexually transmitted disease. So. Like whooping cough. We can do whooping cough. Dysentery. Well, you can still die of dysentery. TB. There we go. Perfect. Thank you very much. Yeah. Tuberculosis. Classic.
I dare say the great Lady Vicky was right on the money. And if you think she was rough around the edges, co read what Florence Nightingale thought about women. Then Western civilization was afflicted by this bizarre concoction of Marxism spliced with drag, otherwise known as feminism, which threw a monkey wrench with all the finesse of a drunken trust fund baby into the natural order. And feminism was a laughable joke even from the damn get-go. It is what G.K. Chesterton said, 10,000 women marched through the streets of London saying, "We will not be dictated to." and then went off to become stenographers. We will not be dictated to. Women are more than just their bodies. Yeah, right. Fast forward a century later, we're drowning in the excesses of sexual liberation, and the main thing they sell is their bodies.
I got scabies.
You don't like sex, bro? This guy sounds like a real crotch scratcher. Ooh, scabies? No, you have to. No, you have. Where did he get the scabies from? You roll around naked in a farm? Where do you get the scabies from? Man, this guy doesn't see a hard day's labor. This guy's a monocle top hat spoon. He's kept in the drawer. He can't even drink these liquids. Every day is a nightmare. He's not even smoking this. He doesn't have lungs. He wishes he could. It's a cry for help. But sadly, he's in fucking... What is this, Bioshock? I don't even know. You can get scabies from a hotel bed? Couldn't be me, dude. I would simply block the scabies.
To faceless men for a price rivaling a McDonald's Happy Meal. For a very simple reason. Men are superior to women in damn near every other arena. So
Are you gay? Do you just love men? Just go be with men. That's fine. What is this all about? A guy who broke up with me to fuck someone else got scabies once from her? I don't want to say his name out loud. Was it him?
why enter a world
He got
where they would have
scabies,
to
bro?
compete with men?
The one you saw get married later?
Couple that with
You don't know him? This was early? Oh, okay. Before that, okay.
this ludicrous nonsense of female empowerment, which, let's be real, is just state-sponsored bullshittery, a complete lack of shame, self-awareness, or any standards of decorum whatsoever, and you get the modern Western female.
Fuck, man. I think you don't like women. I just think it's over, man. I would love to talk to this guy. Oh, does he talk to people? Hey, man, I love to talk to incels on stream.
If I like
And
was gay or
I
something.
think it would be cool if you came on to discuss your opinions sometime. Like men! What do men say? What's a fancy thing to say? That was pissing me off. Anyway, my good sir, I love to talk to involuntary celibate. I love to talk to involuntary celibates on stream, and I think it would be a good... I don't need this comment anymore. Sentence has changed. And I think it would be delightful if you join me to discuss your opinions. Bam! Okay, let's go. Let's keep going. He's never going to say yes. He's a coward. He won't even show his face. I can hold a... I don't have a spoon on. I was looking around like I keep spoons here. I don't. I could have a spoon while I talk. That could be fun.
The joke. And then they wonder why men refuse to take them seriously. There's your basic TLDR. You know, for
You don't take women seriously? It seems to be reciprocated, sir.
most of human history, men had all the power, and rightfully so.
And rightfully so, but I've been stripped of the power I would obviously be given if women didn't have... Like, what are you talking about? You have a serf mindset, sir.
With power comes responsibility. Women are not built for power. They're built for support. Reason why they say girls mature faster than boys is because girls peak mentally at the age of 14.
I don't like it when they get pedo-y. I don't like it when they get pedo-y, in my opinion.
I actually believe the reason why women can't admit they were wrong is because they would have to take accountability for what led them to being wrong in the first place. And living in a gynocracy where they've been conditioned into...
A gynocracy? Best pussy is president! All right, everybody. I'm the pussy inspector because I'm the good one. So everyone line up your pussies. I won't touch them. I'll just look at them. And then based on pussies and pussies alone in the gynocracy, I will decide who is to be. Well, actually, I guess we should defer to women in the gynocracy. The gynocracy. No, not matriarchy. Gynocracy. Way cooler. Never thought of that. Never thought of a gynocracy in my life. It took a spoon.
Looks like the no sex is not a choice.
That's fucking perfect. Thank you.
Jake defeated.
Bow to the gynocracy. Hey, look, I think a gynocracy might work out. I think that's a objectively more valid way to run your world than we've done it.
behaving like entitled little brats that can do no wrong, the concept of accountability is anathema to them.
Why do all incels say that women can't account for their, like, whatever they do bad? I have had fewer women fail me in this regard than men. Like, being accountable for their failures, you know what I mean? Men have a much harder time with that. Way harder. They cannot talk about their feelings at all. Like, it could be like a work thing. You'd be like, hey, man, you really fucked this up. Like, whatever, sure. But if it's like, hey, I'm really feeling like you, like, fucking weren't listening to me today. Like, that could be a fucking huge fight. That's crazy.
Either that or they would have to admit their worldview is wrong, in which case they would lose power. It's akin to taking a junkie away from their high, but I digress. You see, being the supportive role and men being in the lead, and therefore saying very bluntly what they want and need, the dynamic is stable and easy to follow.
Literally do both? Foster a relationship where if you feel the need to be blunt, you can do so and just say what you want and communicate openly without having pretense in the relationship, but you have to foster that and be reciprocal, you know, but you're not capable of it. And this is why you don't know what having a relationship with a woman is like. This is why it's like couched in, well, this is what I would have a relationship with a woman if it was like this, but it's not, and so I don't. Women now have high standards.
Leaders lead, followers follow. However, in an effort to push this
leaders lead, followers follow, and you don't do what? You're a spoon. You fucking lay in a drawer.
Marishly moronic concept called equality, which just means force, by the way, men were told they now have to listen to women.
Yes, I think we could listen to when people say listen to women, it doesn't mean follow the directives of every woman that ever speaks to you. Okay? I think you said you were a big smart boy, but apparently you can't understand that. And that's crazy to me, bro. That's fucking insane. Like, just listen to women. Like, hearing them say the words that they say and taking them, like, in like you would anyone else. Which is men, I guess, since you're, like you are, afflicted.
Which they did. Seemingly for multiple generations. It turns out that doesn't make any kind of fucking sense, in much the same way it doesn't make any kind of sense for a commander to ask how the troops wish to be led either.
Did he say commander?
And because we live in a society where women...
The troops. He would. Sounds like are we sure this isn't Arch Warhammer? He sounds like he's just doing a less of a with his tongue.
Are completely delusional and think they can do no wrong.
No, it's not.
Can't add two and two together and realize, repeatedly acting like a bunch of entitled halfwits who can't take any accountability for their own behavior might be the reason why men want nothing to do with them.
So... I really don't think he's actually, like, this doesn't sound like a genuine accent from anywhere I've ever heard.
Hell, it seems many of them can't even understand this.
Many of them can't. No, this guy is a white South African. Oh, I would buy South African.
Basic conclusion, which again, reason why men want nothing to do with them. The reality is, women need to be...
But the way he just said reality, you know?
Which again, reason why men want nothing to do with them. The reality is...
The reality... No, it sounds like he's doing a bad job. I feel like I don't think you would hear a South African say that.
Women need to be told what to think and do.
So you think someone's trying to do a British accent, but they also have another accent. That could be it.
You give them any free will, evidently they wind up believing all kinds of nonsense that makes no bloody sense whatsoever. See present legion of morons cranked out by the universities. There's a reason...
Varsity, yeah. I can't even I'm just listening to the sounds he's making without hearing the words at this point because of his fucking accent. I gotta lock back in. All right, shut up, chat. Shut the fuck up. All right, I'm locking in. Okay? I'm ready.
It's traditionalism versus everything else. Because if you actually listen to what these women want, they want traditional men without being traditional women.
I fucking disagree. I don't agree with the incels on anything. That's crazy. I don't think women have ever asked men to be traditional. I think men LARP that for other men so that they can feel adequate in the eyes of other men. And it sucks. It's stupid.
The modern so-called conservative woman is just yesterday's progressive. They want men to carry all the burden of being a traditional man, whilst they want to keep just enough of the fail-safes of progressivism to suit them.
The fail-safes of progressivism? Fail-safes? Does he mean, like, divorce?
When you ask them, what exactly do you women bring to the table for traditional men, you get this.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's just more feminine or feminist nonsense, ultimately.
Oh my god, I was just yelling at this fucking idiot today. Not even really yelling. He's a pussy. This guy's name is Andrew. I forget his... It doesn't matter. He's a pussy, and he won't talk to me unless there's a moderator. He's a fucking coward, dude. I literally invited him just to come talk, and he's like, no, not without a moderator. Shut up, fucking loser. God, they used to make men, okay? Big Papa Fascist, more like big fucking pussy. God, what a loser, dude.
And the covert feminism in society is big, especially
In society. Shut the fuck up. I can't listen.
on the conservative side. So here's
Conservative. I would fuck. Did I make fun of how he talked when we talked? I don't remember anything about it.
I'm a man as well.
Did I make fun of it? Because it drives me nuts. His fucking cadence and the way his teeth touch. Women are just I can't open the pickle jar. Fucking idiot. I wish she possessed the capacity to feel shame.
here's what happens, right? Women need to have feminine virtues for men to be pursuing masculine virtues, for you to say things like, well, men, what I want is for men to protect me and I want men to make money. Well, that's
Do they say that? I don't think women say that. Women do not say they want to be protected from who, by the way? Men? Fucking other men? Jesus Christ. No, they want to feel safe. That's a totally different fucking thing. Feeling safe in your home is not being protected from men. It's being protected from you. Making sure you are fucking safe to be around, you dumb fuck. God. You don't have relationships with women. It's clear. This guy hasn't had his dick touched in 40 years. He's 38.
great. What that ends up doing is it gives you a set of privilege in society. What do men get?
It gives you a privilege in society. I can't unhear it.
What do men get for doing that for you? What did we
Yeah, what do men get? I don't know. I like having friends that are girls, and I like having sex. And sometimes when you're friends with girls, you have sex. That's my experience anyway. I think the difference is I don't do it to have sex with them. I just like having friends and having sex. That's the difference. I really think that's true. Just start being friends with people and don't have any expectations about where it goes, and then do that if you're feeling good about it. What do men get? Everything you want. Exactly. The same fucking things that they argue for. Oh, they want a family and they want to be a provider and they want to be dads. Then fucking earn the right. Literally earn it. Fucking losers. Why can't I play with cheat codes on life? Well, I don't know, buddy. Get a wife. Fucking earn it.
we getting from women for doing that? Are we getting chaste virgins on our wedding night? No, we're not getting chaste virgins on our wedding night. Are we getting women of great virtue?
You want chaste virgins on your wedding night? Ugh! Pedophile. Can we get the Kendrick Lamar real quick? Can we just get that sting? Is that allowed? Will Kendrick sue me? Will he DMCA me for Can we have that? Because I'd like to be able to play that every time that this comes on.
No, we're not getting women of great virtue. The idea of courtly love is supposed to be done for women of great virtue. Where are they? Well, they're nowhere. And so in modernity, in society, when female conservative influencers say this, it's actually a form of covert feminism. They're saying, I want privilege in society, right? But what is it women are giving to men to get it? What? What are they giving them? Tell me.
Well,
can I please chime in here?
Yes, you can.
And she took the bait.
Then James can, and they'll come to
I guess he's just playing clips from other places now. The Spoon has bailed out.
usual.
I was here for Spoon, thank you.
Would love to.
I'm just making fun of this fucking guy now.
This whole thing of
I guess it's just everybody.
if you're a female conservative and you don't believe that men should be douchebags, that all of a sudden you're a covert feminist. Call me a feminist. I really don't give one crap one way or another, but I can tell you.
I like how when the leopards eat her face, she's like, stop it, kitty. Is Tommy Lahren the one that bailed? No, who was it? No, Lauren Southern was the one that's like, hey, this shit sucks. You'll all find out eventually. It's just like often too late, you know? Being conservative is bad, and it's bad for everyone, but mostly women, for sure. Men definitely succeed under right-wing politics more often, I think. Or at least maybe not more often. Maybe because there are fewer women in positions of power, it looks as though men are more successful. Because that's really what it is. It's the aesthetic of men being more successful.
This. A lot of these men, these podcast hosts on the right that like to think of themselves as these big masculine men, and what am I getting out of it? I can tell you this.
There's that feminism.
All right, I believe I'm a woman of virtue,
coming
right?
out.
Yeah, there's the feminism. Oh, and then you're interrupting me too, which is great. I let you talk. It's my turn.
That's just what he does, man. So he wants a moderator, but he's worried that I'll overpower him, and this is why, because he needs it.
Did it.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you want to speak over a man?
Yeah, I don't care
Are you
if
a
you call me.
strong,
I don't
independent
really care
woman?
if you call me a
strong,
feminist.
independent woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what this proves, man. Like, he's just vamping for time so she can't say what she wants to say, and I don't even fucking like her. I think she fucking sucks. And he still is the worst guy. It's crazy, right? He keeps doing that. And it's because, like, he has to be repellent, because if he opens up and allows people in and then they reject him, that hurts, right? So if he's just outwardly repellent at the jump, I mean, we know people like this.
Yeah. You're actually interrupting me. I didn't interrupt you when you were spewing your bullshit. So now it's my turn. Okay.
You mean the truth?
Like I said before. So I believe there we go again. Piers, I'm a woman of virtue. I happen to be independently successful. I have a husband who's not only a former professional athlete, but is currently a professional baseball coach. So is he not a masculine man? I mean, I'm confused here. What's your concept of a masculine man? Mine is a man who respects me.
Yeah, that misses the point, though. Like, you're still not contending with the argument that I'm making.
What's your point?
I'm saying inside of society, right this second, right, masculinity is not only punished, but also...
Masculinity is punished. Okay, then why the fuck is nobody punishing you? What a world.
Women on the right, covert feminists on the right, are constantly and consistently talking about how they need to have privilege in society. I want men, their version
Piers Morgan should let my ass on here. I'm DMing Piers Morgan immediately. Let me the fuck on your show to say stuff. They just let anybody on this shit. I'll fucking go on there. I'm good TV, man. You won't have any of this shit in the background, though. It'll be this.
masculinity is men who take care of us, men who protect us, men who do all of this. Those are all duties that men have towards women.
But you don't exhibit any of those duties with women because they don't let you near them. So explain that, sir. Explain being an incel, sir.
Great. What are the duties that women have towards men? What are the duties that women have towards anything?
No one has any duties towards anyone. It's a partnership, dumbass. You just don't experience them.
What do men get out of this arrangement? What are we getting out of this arrangement? Can you tell me?
I mean, you.
Well,
as I
I would
was going to
argue
answer
that
a
men
second ago.
innately should be protectors and providers.
Hang on one second. Let Tommy
most men are born that way.
Let Tommy respond to that, and then I'll come to you, Jez. And then Sean, you've been waiting patiently. So
most men are born to be protectors and providers.
Dumbass. You see? This is where Tommy, stop it. You're just saying, you're like, okay, you can't win an argument against this guy if you agree with him. They're so, oh man. It's like watching, instead of people banging their heads against a wall, they're banging their heads against each other.
I can't imagine my dad saying, you know what, to my mom, you know what, I'm not going to be a protector and a provider unless you do this. That's not how real men operate. Real men are protectors and providers, and they marry women who hopefully have some virtue, but also bring a lot to the table as well, that are great mothers, great wives, caretakers of the home. There's nothing wrong with being a traditional wife and mother. You're misunderstanding me if you think that I think that women should just be out doing whatever they want. I think
women should be caged in a different size cage with different shapes.
that there are gender roles that should be respected. But I don't think a man needs to get something out of it to be a manly man, a protector, and a provider.
That's a good point. Wow. It's its own reward being a manly man, as I know. I mowed the lawn today. I did the backyard shirtless.
Think you need to get something out of it. I quite frankly don't consider you a real man.
Yeah, so you have nothing. So you have nothing.
But we'll just
Andrew wins.
Discuss in a moment whether Andrew.
No, we all lose.
Wilson is a real man.
Piers, I offer nothing. I offer nothing.
And if that clip with Ingram is anything to go by, you evidently learned nothing either. Going straight from a Wilsonian mauling in front of an audience of hundreds of thousands of people to Ingram with not an inch of deviation away from the exact same feminist ignorance that got you your ass handed to you in the bloody first place. You know, someone with integrity or any
integrity? Fuck, I'm gonna lose it again. I'm gonna just start thinking about his words. It's not what he's saying. How they sound, man. Fucking spoon. Put your face on here so I can watch your face move and have a better understanding of your words.
Thread of honesty even, again, words that definitely don't exist in any influencer's lexicon, would re-examine their perspective and adjust accordingly. But no, not these puppets. They have one script and they will live by the grifter's sword. Anything.
You literally wrote a script in which you repeated incel jargon the whole time and then farmed other people's clips and gave no commentary. Look inward, sir.
Else is heresy.
Do you think he's replied to my situation? What the fuck? My fucking comment? I'm fucking shadow banned, dude. This is bullshit.
Drones. I'll get back to them in a few moments. First, this.
But here's what's happening on the right. Young women, I talk to young
Jake defeated.
Yeah.
conservative women all the time about their lives and their goals and, you know, the things that they want.
It's so nice to see two conservative women holding space together.
And what's happening is they can't find men who are maybe more conservative. Usually they're looking for somebody who is religious. You know, like a lot of conservative women tend to be God-loving conservatives.
Is she embarrassed to say that? It sounds like Megyn Kelly is embarrassed to tell her that fact.
And they can't find a lot of young men who want to marry a working woman now. And this is an actual problem that's coming.
And why do you think that is? Incel brainwashing? Definitely. Manosphere content? And idiot men. Yes.
Coming up on the right. And to me,
I think that's hilarious that right-wing men are not having sex still. Like, it's not working. So what do they do now? What's the next thing?
So sad, because it's like, how did we get to the point where we're now telling young, conservative, amazing women that they're not attractive if they also work, if they choose to, let's say, do what I'm doing and what you're doing, and like get their voice out there. But I'll stick with me just because I think conservatives listening to this will like the thought of another Megyn Kelly voice up and coming. Well, why wouldn't we want that? Why would we take somebody who's talented in this field and really wants to make a difference and have the messaging to her be, you're really not that valuable unless you give it up and go into the home and only have a family.
Yeah, Megan. What the fuck do you think you've been advocating for your whole career? Like, huh? Like, have you listened to yourself one time? This is the shit that your whole political party has been talking about forever. Oh, you gotta be a heterosexual, and you gotta have a family, and you gotta be a mom. You gotta be a dad. Dad's gotta work, mom stays at home and has kids. It's like, man, you sure did like your little piece of feminism. It got you a little career, and now you're like, well, but... And that's essentially this guy's point, I guess, which I mean, at least he's not hypocritical. He's just evil and dumb and an incel.
Only raise a family.
That moment, right there, epitomizes so much of what's wrong with women.
What's wrong with women? Okay, I think, his problem is with right-wing women. Oh, we're getting somewhere. So, the right-wingers don't like each other. Have you ever seen a right-wing couple that's like fucking super happy together for a long period of time? And I don't know if that exists unless they don't talk to each other, and in the case is that really super happy, most of the time they just resent each other.
Do they not listen to me?
Yeah, none of them are doing trad shit. He really hates left-wing women. Well, yeah, he does, but like he's projecting his experiences. He's only shown right-wing women talk.
Men, they don't even listen to themselves when they say something that anyone with sense would deem
and a liberal, so you know,
eyebrow-raisingly nonsensical. Notice the start. Conservative women say conservative men don't want working women. Zero thought is given to why men feel this way. No. She just carries on and says they, meaning women, will be excited by another up-and-coming Megyn Kelly. Completely ignoring the fact this will alienate men, exacerbating the very problem conservative women have in the first place.
Wait, Megyn Kelly alienates men? Why?
What a genius you are, Megyn. So let me get this straight. You talk to women who tell you men don't want career women, and your immediate reaction is, how does this affect us? Do you understand that kind of self-absorbed reaction is what gave rise to the women most affected meme? She even goes on to express worrying sentiment because right-wing men actually believe this because the trad mom thing has gotten so popular. I am borderline face-planting into my keyboard over here thinking, it's not a trend, Dippy. It's been the staple cornerstone that's carried Western civilization on for countless centuries. Talks of overcorrection, but no discussion as to how you got here in the first place. And there's no...
But will you explain what you want and why?
No better either, by the way. She talks about women earning their own income, not for the sake of helping the family, no, but for independence in case something goes wrong. Married people aren't supposed to be independent. 'Tis the whole point of marriage, to become a union.
Union, which apparently in his mind means acquiescing all of it to the man, which is strange.
If you want to be a little Miss Independent, then stay Miss. Modern women live in their own world. I swear they have zero concept of pattern recognition. At no point do they consider the perspective of men who see that independent income as a permanent get-out-of-jail-free card, a failsafe.
Oh, you're worried about being abandoned. Oh, that's where it is. Okay, did your mom leave or something? Like, what's going on there? So if she has fucking money, she could leave me? I think it will take less than that. She can't leave me. Okay, dude. Well, luckily, no woman is in danger of having to leave this man because he would not be able to, like, talk someone into that. I have to be likable. No.
Considering...
Did the spoon go out to cereal and never come back? No! I'm imagining a spoon family with one of the big spoons totally missing, man.
How heavily stacked the courts are in favor of women, not to mention something upward of about, 80% of divorces are initiated by women. It is mind-blowing.
Dude, this is like some incel, he's just playing all the hits. 80% of divorces are initiated by women. And now, why do you think that is? Do you think that is a good or bad reflection of how men socialize with women? Dr. Gamble, give one of the... There is no spoon. Thank you. Dave level talking about literally. Come on, man. I would love to talk to the spoon, but he's deleting my comments. He's a coward.
Neither of them seem to register why career women are not desired by men, and despite men...
What are you fucking talking about? Any career women trying to buy me a new kitchen? I'll let you.
Openly saying so, they still seem oblivious to the fact the problem is them. These are the very kinds of conversations...
My streaming partner had to initiate her divorce because her husband decided to leave her but refused to do any paperwork. Okay, this is also a big thing in divorce. If you talk to divorce lawyers, they will say, I bet 80% or higher, that the women do most of the situation. Like, they're involved with more of it than the men, and it's usually men. You know, I think the trope of men waiting to the last second and then signing the papers reluctantly in the fucking rain in a Walmart parking lot is probably true.
Conversations that drive...
Just try repeating yourself. The magic is gone, the real Azo. The magic is fucking gone. I'm not doing a second comment.
And insane. Laren pretty much did the same thing, blamed feminism and complains the feminization of men has mostly affected women. Why, it's almost like you can't actually be equal to men, and considering you claim to want...
It's crazy how you don't hear yourselves talking past each other and not understanding the actual problem. I mean the problem. Because I talked around my pop filter twice. Like, oh, they're like, men, oh, they're not manning right. And you're like, men, oh, we're manning right, but the women, they're not womening right. I think you having hardline gender expectations, like, or guys, like expectations on gender roles is like crazy. Like, it's just insane. It's untenable. Most people are not going to want to live like that. Like, you just have to deal with everyone's individuality. You have to face humanity in all of its complexity, and conservatives are terrified of having to navigate a world that is complex. But I'm sorry, that's the reality.
A share of power, but none of the responsibility. Now that you're furnished with it, have no idea what to do with it. Men are telling you to kick dust and fuck off. And again...
Men are not telling women to kick dust or whatever. You guys are fucking slobbering on them all the time and like, oh, please look at me, please. Like, you'd cry if a woman gave you genuine attention.
To say this all after Andrew mopped the floor with her is mind-blowing. Doesn't exactly speak well of the media scene either, does it? Why, it's almost like it's just treated as entertainment, and these people wouldn't know self-awareness if a drop kicked them square in the face. But the lefty one at the start there, just to finish it off with this, that one is... I don't even know where to begin with that one. Never mind the fact that the only way the left can even conceptualize help is through the state and self-determination, a trait very much desired by...
What are you talking... I think this guy is genuinely thinking liberals when he says the left. I think the government should interact with you at the very barest amount. I think the government should be one of the last entities you interact with unless you want to. You know what I mean?
men is the opposite of that. I will give her some participation points for trying to dunk on anyone to her right via hypocrisy, a value she couldn't give a calorie about. Here's where she falls flat, though. Hopefully not literally, because she'll cause earthquakes and at that she can get back up again. But anyway, here's the thing.
Are we talking? He's back to like fat jokes from 17 minutes ago?
Though.
Yeah, cool.
The reason
Show us your fucking body right now.
why they're making fun of her has nothing to do with her, really. They're actually poking fun at the Democratic Party through her, because she's a walking avatar, well, barely, of everything they do wrong. If you've listened to her speak, I don't know why you would, it's exactly what you would expect, but anyway, much like everyone else involved here, no self-awareness, no change in any policies or worldview that lost them men in the first place, all wrapped up in a package that doesn't appeal to men at all, with a job title trying to call men back to the Democratic Party.
I'm pretty sure, didn't she say she's not in charge of that shit or whatever? Also, I don't know what this not appealing shit is about. Who cares? Like, what the fuck? You're supposed to... The way to get young men to vote for Democrats is to show them tits. And they'll go, oh, yeah, ooga, ooga. I'm going to vote Democrat because they like tits.
Really, the phrase I would use to describe this ordeal would be, painfully bewildering. The entire thing is so comically retarded, it almost makes you conspiratorial about the whole thing.
Conspiratorial? Here's a conspiracy theory. Right-wing ideology is not tenable with human diversity.
Take a look at the other cast we have here. Tommy Laren, 32, no children. Megyn Kelly, 54, once divorced, 3 children all through IVF. The youngest she had at 39 years of age.
Dude, I can't believe we're going down Megyn Kelly's birthing record now. Cool. I didn't know that sexually harassing Megyn Kelly at the end of this was going to be like the big kicker.
Laura Ingraham, 61, single mother to 3 adopted children. These are your conservative role models, are they? Give me a frickin' break. None of these women are traditionalists.
Right? That makes them hypocritical, but I think it doesn't matter. They're still dumbasses independent of these things. It might flavor how they look at the world or something, but mostly what I see are people that can't hold relationships.
They're just as affected liberals, early stage feminists. You know what used to be the conservative role model for women? Their own families, not some dolled-up wankers on TV who would no doubt cheer the suffragettes as stunning and brave. Cheers for watching. Once again, I apologize for nothing.
Man, he's so cool. Anyway, I think it would be lovely to have this guy on to talk, preferably with a camera so we could see his face and learn what a real Chad looks like, and then talk about relationships with women. That would be fun as fuck. I would be so down. Anytime Spoon Guy, I already forgot his name. Spoon Guy, you're invited to the show anytime you'd like. My suspicion is that he's a big fucking pussy, though.
Hello.
So. Hey, Spoon Boy, if you want to be edgy, you should be a knife. Ooh, that's pretty fucking... Okay, chat. Do we have a T for when chat says bad jokes?